Hungary here at LNR. This is the qualifying and sprint race here, and it looks like we've got a wet qualifying. That is Quick Killers, who's lost it on the first corner straight away. And I have no sound, which is not a good start to this. Hopefully, yeah, and there we go, back with sound. So as we have a look, so this is the halfway mark as well. So you know, again, this is everyone wants to start picking up their points. If they haven't reached their form, this is their chance to find their form, as we had Jimmer starting off with a 1:31.8. So the track is puddle galore here. Everyone with the wet tyres, so you can enable that as well to see. So that is a Mercedes of Connor, who set a 1:32.4. So again, you know, setting the points here, you know, setting the markers here, and then we've got, is that a Alpine, I believe, yep, of Sir Jake coming on to see what he can post in. He does a 1:31.4 flat, so, and then a Riley a 1:31.2. So straight away, you know, these boys are pushing the car to the limit. You know, with the wet weather, you know, it doesn't matter your setup, you know, whether you're running maximum downforce or not. It is just a case of it's coming down to, you know, who's willing to push the car to the max, who's willing to try and find the driest line here, should I say, stick to it. And that is Jimmer on his validation, but that is a low fuel mode anyway, so we'll jump on board with a Ferrari of Grimmy. He's actually starting his outlap, so we'll stay on board with Grimmy here, see what he can do. I am on comms by myself tonight as well, so the still getting into the knack of doing it. You know, it's a lot easier when you got you know, the greats of Mechanical Cole doing it. You know, someone who can follow their lead. So Grimmy coming into turn 2 and 3. Nice and tight there. Yeah, found traction there. You know, on a track like this, even on intermediate, it's hard to do traction. On wet, it's near impossible. Grimmy though doesn't seem to be phased by it, keeping it in within the racing line itself. Also in the meantime, had RP Life setting a 1:31.6. So again, you know, it's third place, well, even down to fourth place. Well, that is a 5th place grid penalty for Ryan. Collision with Joseph, we've been told, and RP Live, speaking of him, sets a 1:34 or 1:30.4. So Dale was saying that, you know, from one down from 1st to 4th was within 8/10. Now it's gone down, and quickly is a 1:35, so just missing out there. Grimmy though is about to set his lap here. What does he do? Just a 1:32.3. So we'll jump on board with Connor, who's looking to improve on his time here in the Mercedes. Setting a purple sector 2 there, so little wheel wobble there. That unfortunately will cost him time there, maybe a 10th or 2. Has he got enough fuel in the tank to set another lap? Although he set a purple sector 2, he hasn't probably lost all that time in sector 3. He improves for 1:31.6, so he improves 7/10. Maybe there's a full second to find from that lap. You know, the wheel wobble, he's still going around again, so we'll stay on board with Connor here now as he loses it into turn 1. Just narrowly avoiding the barrier. That is a Red Bull. Is that Ryan? Yeah, that was Ryan who set a 1:45.9. So not too sure what's happened there. Nearly 16 seconds, you know, of provisional pole there, and that's Angry Dutch Guy. Angry Dutch Guy setting a 1:30.4. So just over 10,000 of a second. So no, 100th, sorry, my mistake there. we have a Red Bull. Is that Woolsey? So Woolsey looking to set his fast lap as well here. Oh, and that is Woolsey gone. I think I've got a bit of a curse of a commentator here. Everyone I'm going on board with is spinning, and that is Grimmy coming around. I believe Grimmy will be setting another lap. Yep. And that's another Alpine. Is that Gima? No, it's not Gima. That is Jake. So 1:31.4. He's moved up into 5th place again. I've got Quick Killers. We'll jump aboard of Quick Killers as well. Who was in 2nd place, obviously after Angry Dutch Guy's time, pushed him down to 3rd, and that's Angry Dutch Guy, speaking of him, in front of him, moving out the way, and that's a purple sector 2 there by Quick Killers. We've got Angry Dutch Guy behind him as well, so maybe Angry Dutch Guy might be setting another lap. No, he's going out into the pit, so could have maybe took the split stream of Quick Killer to set a faster lap time, as Quick Killer is crossing the line, and he's a 10th up on his time, and that's Jota that's moved into coming out of the pits as well. We'll jump on board with Woolsey, who is setting his first fast lap here. Also, if anyone's watching, feel free to let me know if you're expecting rain throughout the session as well, obviously the sprint race as well. Woolsey's crossing the line 1:48, so set a purple sector 3 there, so was that something that's went wrong for him in sector 1 or 2, or is that burning lap? And so Jake smashing out the part of the 1:28.1. Obviously intermediates here are showing, track might look, well, track is drying up, intermediates is coming on, so intermediates right now are looking to be the best tyre here. I would tell you how much time we've got left, as we've got 7 minutes or so, plenty of time for everyone to jump out on intermediates to get a faster lap here. Sir Jake though looks like he's pushing for another lap here, he's not letting off, so that's a purple sector 1 as well. Nearly goes wide there, but tucks it in perfectly. It's coming through sector 2 now. Oh, gets a bit too much curb there, so that affected his time. We will find out when he goes into sector 3. Coming up to the final corner. There's a flag in sector 1 that looks like it could be a Williams. So Jake will cross the line, and a 1:28 flat. So he's purpled all 3 sectors as well. So now we'll jump on board with Woolsey, see what Woolsey has to say about this. And that's RP Live for 1:27.4. So track is definitely dry now. Obviously the cars are obviously leaving their laps later and later. Track evolution to obviously get maximum traction on them dry lines. Woolsey, oh, is that Woolsey's up because he has got the fuel light flashing now. So we'll jump on board with. Let's have a look. Bot with Drew, who's still in set for lap time. Well, Drew, Blumchum and Lewis still hasn't set a lap time yet. Drew about to set his first lap here. He pulls out a 1:30.4 to pull him up into 6th place. We've got Blumchum out as well, who is on his out lap. So is that a Ferrari? Or is that the? No, that is Angry Dutch Guy. Out lap as well, so we want to find someone who is an Alpine, so that must be that's 38 going into the pit, so we've got Grimmy, who was, I think he was down in his time. RP Lie again setting on 127.2. So again, solid lap setting here. I mean, quick killers though, still a 128.7 on wet. And that is Grimmy again with a purple sector 2 there. So obviously we saw him set a purple sector 2 before and lost it here, and he, yep, nice and smooth through there. So this could be a good time here for Grimmy. Grimmy sets a 127.5, so 3/10 of RP Live for provisional pole. Well, say so. Now who we've got an Alpine, and that's Jimmer setting a 127.1. So yeah, these boys are really fighting now. I mean, it's just under 4/10 between first and third place here. Quick Killer has decided to come back out on the intermediates. That's Ryan leaving the session there. Not too sure what's going on there. So as we got a couple cars, I'm just going to have a look at the standings right now. So currently, driver standards at the moment, obviously we've got Joseph. I mean, I have missed the last race, but Joseph is jumped ahead. He's got a 69-point lead over RP Lie. A Riley in third, Angry Dutch going fourth, both Ferraris of Grimmy and Blumchum 6th and 7th. Ryan in Red Bull is, sorry, 5th and 6th for the Ferraris. 7th is Ryan, 8th is Dunners, 9th is Woolsey, and then 10th is Quick Killers. And then constructor standing, obviously we've got Aston Martin in first, Ferrari trailing behind by just over 40 points. That's 45 points. Sorry. AlphaTauri in third on 224 points. Mercedes is on 196 points. Red Bull on 176, Williams 167, and in 7th is Alfa Romeo, 8th is McLaren, and 9th is Alpine. So again, you know, it's a halfway mark here, so you know, still plenty of time, plenty of points up for grabs. So it's going to be interesting who can capitalise here. Again, you know, with Hungary, you know, there's a lot of room for overtakes here. You know, can expect some good battles. Obviously, with the wet, it's going to be more interesting. You know, it's going to be, again, who's going to be one of the later breakers, who's going to have the maximum grip on the rear, who's going to be one in the highest downforce. And obviously, if it is going to be a dry sprint race, then it's going to be interesting to see who's going to set up for the wet and who's going to compensate for the dry. Riley about to come round as well. I mean, this track does look like dried up with a minute left, so this is everyone's last chance to push for the fastest lap possible here. So Riley's coming around, and you've got Quick Killer behind him as well, I believe. Yep, Quick Killer, who will have split stream as well, with that going to help him as well. Yeah, so Quick Killer set 127.8. Jump on board, I believe that is Angry Dutch guy, yep, who's invalidated, who I'd imagine will be, if he's got enough fuel. Okay, so DRS is now enabled, so this is now sort of going to benefit every single person here. I mean, obviously they've got the lights of Quick Killer, A Riley. I believe, actually, where is A Riley on track? Yeah, so yeah, this is going to be, oh, A Riley, speaking of A Riley, goes off track momentarily there. So, I mean, who this is really going to benefit, I believe, was Angry Dutch guy. Who's having a Ferrari behind him. Blumchum as well. And that Alpine, that Williams, is that Sir Jake? Yeah, so these boys here are going to benefit here. They've got DRS for this whole lap here, so you know they're definitely going to be gaining a couple of attempts through the DRS straights. We'll jump on board with Riley, see what he can do. And everybody goes into the pits, so then that leaves his teammate of Error, who will have DRS obviously for the final lap here. He's going to be able to set, and can he improve? He improves up into 11th, so it's that quick. No, that is Naita coming around on low fuel mode. He's a 10th up, but not enough to improve, so we'll jump on with his teammate Quick Killers, who goes into the pit. So that's a Ferrari of Remy, notice Blumchum 2 attempts up on his time here, and he sets a 1:27.4 to go into 4th place, and then that is another Williams of Sir Jake, who does not improve, who is 3 attempts up on his time. So we'll jump on board with Connor and Mercedes to see what he has finished. So the only car left is Joseph, who goes into second on a 1:27.1. So okay, just have a look at the comments. So Riley saying the race looks wet as well. Oh, I mean, judging by the track now, the track looks dry. So, I mean, Joseph, I don't actually understand. I don't know if this is a glitch or what, but Joseph is still setting times here. So he's side by side with Red Bull there. Obviously, that will be in, I imagine, in AI mode. And it says that Joseph's on his outlap. So I think we're just gonna have to sit down for these 40 seconds before we get into the sprint race. But yeah, going back to A. Riley, what he said about the race. I mean, obviously anything can happen on this game. At this current moment, I would say that it looks like a dry start. But we're in Hungary, you know, anything can happen, especially on this game. You know, this game can be buggy at times, but we've got 15 seconds left, unless, well, I don't think he'll matter. I don't think he's got enough time to go into the pits. So hopefully he does go into the pits, and in the case the timer does continue, he doesn't go into the pits. Yep, so okay, and also apparently we have got the AI taking control of Mazepin, Schumacher, Shaw and Hamilton, which is strange, but yeah, we have got a glitch here, and okay, and as Joseph does set a fastest lap, I don't think anyone's going to be happy with that, so I'm just going to wait for an update from the boys to see, from the admins to see what they want to do. I don't know if Joseph goes into the pits, if that would end the qualifying or not. I'm not too sure. Okay, so yeah, so Grimmy's, so yeah, so is there a possibility of restarting a new lobby? So yeah, so I think we are gonna have, oh no, the qualifying has finished. Now this is interesting, if they're gonna be a restart or not. Sir Jake has left the session. Yeah, everyone's leaving the session, so it does look like we are gonna have a reset. So I am gonna end the stream and wait for them to set up a new lobby, and we'll be back. You know, whether we're going to do quali again or not, we will find out when we're